Ready.
You're now watching C. Anthony TV. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Thank y'all for checking in. On deck, Dimitry Bivol versus Beterbiev. The trilogy won't be happening this year in 2025. They fought back in February this year. Bivol, he got the victory. And I think the trilogy was set for October this year. Then it got pushed back to November. Now it seems like Bivol and his team, they have requested to postpone the fight. They don't want to fight this year. They want to do a reschedule. They said sometime early 2026, possibly in the first quarter. And Beterbiev, him and his team are not happy about that at all, which I totally understand their frustration, you know, having to wait so long to get back in the ring. He says he feels like they're trying to do him dirty. They're trying to age him out, trying to let him get older, trying to let him get slower. And I agree. Like I said, I understand his frustration. You know, Arthur's going to be, I think he's going to be 41 in January. And I think the first fight was October 2024, second fight only 4 months later. Now I'm waiting another year or possibly more. A lot of people think the fight probably won't even happen at all. I think it's going to happen, but a lot of people, they feel like something's going to be up and it probably won't happen. I would say that an angry old guy with power still can be dangerous. I feel like people shouldn't underestimate him. You know, I feel like it's going to be a 50-50 fight, but I know the betting odds definitely got Dimitry Bivol winning this thing. I like both of them. I think they're both elite. They both shine. Both more technical than most people. You know, Arthur, he's much more than just a power puncher. He got a technical side to him, too. He can do his thing. He can box. He can move. So I'm really rooting for Arthur, the older guy. I hope he could get in there, pull it off. You know how, like, the old lion, getting that versus the young guy, versus the young one. And so I'm rocking with the older guy, even though the chip's not in his corner. You know, I feel like I think that you know, if he really grind, I feel like he still could get in there and get the knockout. I think that'd be a good end to the trilogy and, you know, possibly like to his career. You know, I would say a victory could extend his career. Getting there and win, probably is gonna want to defend titles after that. But back-to-back losses to Dimitry, I feel like he might want to retire or either consider retirement. You know, losing a trilogy at the age 41, you might not be motivated, might lose the motivation to push forward. So I feel like this definitely gonna be like, I feel like this the last stand for him. So I feel like he's going to come out guns blazing, you know, throw everything he has at Bivol early, not like the last fights, like starting slow and build momentum, come out in the early rounds, leave nothing in the tank, you know, trying to dominate those early rounds, sort of like Clubber Lang on Rocky 3, you know, come out, you know, guns blazing in those first rounds, you know, in the first fight, I would say, you know, I think he could have success possibly if he worked that body early, you know, drain that stamina. I think that'll slow down the movement. And, you know, slowing down that movement is a big thing with Dimitry Bivol. I think you could slow him down a little bit. Then he got a chance to land that big kill shot. You know, in the last fights, some of those big punches were just inches away from Dimitry. And like I said, just slowing down that movement, I think step of an inch closer, better punch placement. With Dimitry being worked over early in the fight, I feel like Arthur could get that knockout. You know, I don't think it'll be easy. You know, Dimitry, he's always in great shape, always on point. You know, so I think he knows what's at risk. Like I said, if the fight does happen, it'll be 50-50. But I'm giving Arthur a big chance in that of getting there and get the knockout. As far as going the distance and outboxing Dimitry at this point, I don't think so. But I think he could go in there and get the knockout. Maybe get, like I said, get a possible stoppage early in that fight. You know, hit the comment section. Let me know what you think about the trilogy, if it'll happen, and if it happened, what you think. If you think Arthur Beterbiev will be able to get in there and dominate. Just with Dimitry playing this ducking game, I feel like that's gonna be the extra motivation for him to possibly pull it off. You know, moving on, the legend Manny Pacquiao. He making his return tonight. A couple hours away. You know, taking on WBC champ Mario Barrios. The way I see it, 46 years old versus 30-year-old. And if the fight goes past 6 rounds, I think Barrios going to stop Manny Pacquiao. I think he's going to put him to sleep. I'm sure Manny going to come out real dangerous, real fast, real bouncy. He got a pep in his step for the first 2 rounds. But once that adrenaline wears off, he's going to be chasing the guy around the ring who's 6 feet tall with a 70-inch reach, who's trying to defend that WBC title. So I don't think it's going to be like easy for him. And I think, you know, after that adrenaline rush, Manny Pacquiao is going to realize what it's like to be 30-year-old versus a 46-year-old. You know, I think that, I think Mario, like I said, after 6 rounds, I think he'll be able to touch Manny Pacquiao. So even if he don't get the knockout, I think he'll still be able to just dominate with points. You know, body shots, uppercut, clinching. I think Manny won't be so elusive. Also, I think he'll be able to. You know, I think Mario probably is gonna be able to have his way if he could be not defensive, but be real on point, be sharp, and real focused in those first rounds. Because Manny Pacquiao, he's gonna try to make history, come out there and get a stoppage. If he can go out there and get the win, you already know him and Floyd are gonna be right back in the ring again at some point. And you have the two old guys back in there. As for that fight, I'm not sure how that will go, but I'm definitely Floyd to ask for random drug testing and getting there, and they'll probably do it again. Probably for shit, there'd be billions on the line with that fight. That's a lot of revenue that fight could generate. So I think a lot of people rooting for Manny Pacquiao to get in there and pull it off. I'm just thinking at the age 46, I don't think he's gonna be able to get in there and be flexible and be able to bounce around. He could catch a cramp and get knocked out early in the fight. Who knows? So hit the comment section. Let me know who you got on both of these fights. Manny Pacquiao, you feel like he's gonna get in there, pull it off tonight, and make history? And also, what's the chances you give the Arthur Beterbiev of being able to pull off a victory versus Dimitry Bivol? Hit like, comment, subscribe, even like the content. Peace.